Nanotown, a modern marvel. This up-and-coming superpower may be called Nano, but its potential isn't. Nanotown, a city on the go. Every citizen in Nanotown is guaranteed a mandatory job at Nanocorp starting at the age of 17. These folks got industry on the mind. If you're looking for a new home among perfectly peaceful and complacent citizens, then look no further than Nanotown.
Our story begins as most do, dramatically. What had once been dark was now gleaming. A planet scorched became filled with life. What had been near nothing was now the beginning of something. What started weak grew to be strong. What was now strong was suddenly unstoppable. Until, of course, it wasn't. And then it repeats, as it has before, as it will again. But this time, a rot from within seeps out, creating an imbalance that could never be sustained. Billions forced to give to the few who only take and do not need. Compassionate dominion turned to brutal domination. Freedom and coercion cannot coexist. Where there was once beauty and grace, now only calamity and chaos. And high up above it all, they sit, revered, idolized, swathed in diamonds, and the dead. Those with everything will never be satisfied. Those with nothing will lose even more. And, as always, those in power become unstoppable. Until, of course, they aren't. And that, ladies and gentlethems, is exactly where we come in. Right as the scales tip.
If you're watching this, I'm already dead.
Director, you've fallen asleep.
Morning, Artemis. Definitely didn't mean to do that. Oh, how's it looking?
The link to the neural network has finally been established. You may begin the upload stream now. Also, it is not morning, it is 5:42 p.m.
I'm still a little woozy, if I'm perfectly honest. Can this wait like a moment?
Director, not to alarm you, but
that's okay. Situation appears to warrant a little bit of alarm, doesn't it? I don't want the bad news yet, so slap me in the face with that thick, veiny good news first, Artemis.
All right, good news. Well, if you begin the neural upload now, it will be complete within 19 minutes.
All right, perfect. Love that. Should be able to stay conscious that long? What's the bad news?
We also have some sort of good news. The rebellion has failed to breach the bunker doors.
That sounds like good news too.
The bunker wall, however,
How long till they get through?
between 15 to 25 minutes. Also, I may have some additional bad news. When the workers took down the neural network, they may have corrupted your previous uploads. I have created a backdoor into the server, but it's a one-way connection. I can upload, but I cannot verify your previous uploads are intact. I think we should begin the upload now, Director.
Don't have to tell me twice.
My records indicate that I have told you twice.
Nobody likes a pedantic toaster.
I've asked you not to call me a toaster. That's only okay when we say it.
Okay, when was my last upload? Where do I start?
26 days before the uprising.
No, of course. That was the morning of the Labor Day proclamation. In retrospect, choosing Labor Day was a poor decision on my end. I thought it'd be like ironic or whatever.
I have no records of anyone laughing.
Clearly.
Shall I begin your upload with the feed from the Labor Day celebration?
Yeah, let's get this over with. This body is not doing so well.
Initiating Neuralink.
Welcome, people of Nanotown. You're welcome for this glorious celebration of what I've accomplished through you under my excellent leadership. I've been told that some of you had concerns when I was first fairly elected to run this great corporation/city. You thought I was inexperienced, and even after I was elected in a record-setting unanimous vote, some of you, Brian, did not like that the vote was only held between my two surviving grandparents. Rest in space, Muma and Pupa. I have a beautiful speaking voice. Melodic, even. The day I was elected, I knew I would create lasting, meaningful changes. I've always known and been told that I was special. But it wasn't until the other night that I had a truly startling realization. Sure, this city corporation is good, but it could be better. We could be leaders. We could be coming in first instead of not first. We could be winners. For when I win, we win. And when we win, I win. It's a win-win-win-win, my subjects. My projections show that my new foolproof plan will bring trillions of dollars into the economy in just 5 years. And that's why, starting today, we'll put into effect ALPHA, the Automated Labor Freedom Act.
Yes! All right! Yeah!
Starting tomorrow, all workplaces will receive both robotic workers and tech suits. Any workplaces currently running suit tech will be upgraded to the newest model. Tasks that used to take 4 hours will now take 1. Jobs that required immense strength and dexterity now only need a suit. Think of what we can do with all that extra time we used to waste doing everything by hand. But that's not all. No. Too long have our citizens been constricted unnecessarily by the labor conscription rules put in place before me. For decades now, every citizen has been expected to work in the facilities beginning at the age of 17. In our latest employee census, you said life had begun to lose its charm.
Yes!
Its spontaneity, and so on and so forth. You spoke, and we listened. So starting right now, on this very stage, we are ending the mandatory age of conscription. Yes, that's right. Adoration, veneration. Warms my circle. Every person, every child will be free in a way we never were. Let me demonstrate. This is Yaz Queen.
What the crap?
And this is Destiny. Oof. This is about to get ugly.
Very, very ugly.
Say hello, Destiny.
Hello, Director. Hello, Yaz Queen.
Destiny, please pull darling little baby Yaz Queen's number, will you?
Pulling. 9.
9. A gorgeous number if I've ever heard one. When a citizen is born, Destiny will generate their number. Whichever number is pulled is that particular person's age of conscription into the Destiny internship community for kids, which they will take part in until they reach the age of 17. Yaz Queen here will begin his time at the factory at 9 years old. Isn't that right, baby?
No, they can't do that.
No longer will you have to wait until 17, ridden with guilt about the terrible burden you've placed on the economy. No longer will you need to be tall or strong or post-pubescent to be useful. No longer will you be forced into not being able to work for the shiny new toys you deserve to buy, kiddo. With Suit Tech, all men are equal, and women are also equal to each other, and obviously equal to small children as well. Why are you booing me? I'm right. Next person who boos me hates equality. That guy right there, he hates equality. Get him! Oh my god, so rude. So much for the tolerant oppressed. And Stop! Baby, your exciting new career starts now. Protect me, baby God. That's not exactly the ecstatic roar of undying content compliance I was anticipating.
Hindsight, Director.
Just know it's in the last place you look.
Shall we continue?
Yeesh, no, I should just explain the rest from here. Start recording, Artie, and please cut the part where I yeetled that baby. Cut it right out of the upload.
Streaming to neural network.
If you're watching this, I'm already dead. Obviously. Sorry, I've always wanted to say that. It's very main character.
Director, the time.
But thanks. You've just seen the result of announcing the plan we've been working on for the last year. The plan was supposed to be so straightforward. 2 words: automate, castrate. Step 1, automate. We needed to upgrade and innovate our current technology. We needed robots. We needed tech suits. Then step 2, castrate. Take the unwilling, the slow, the lazy, the old, the disabled, replace them, assign them to tasks in like the sewers or the wastelands. And if the barbarism of the rat people happen to befall them, well, I can't be held accountable for the people of Rodentia. In every simulation we ran using this exact plan, they all showed profits and productivity skyrocketing. But obviously implementing this plan wasn't going to be cheap. In order to get the new suits and still get my bonus this quarter, we needed to kick it up a notch. The problem was, the exact opposite had been happening prior to my great, fantastic plan. Productivity had consistently slowed over the last few years. The workers were fatigued, unmotivated, they lacked drive. My advisors had informed me that without a balance between work and leisure time, they get a bit cranky and unproductive. We surveyed them, and apparently when you work 60 hours a week, depression, hopelessness, and apathy tend to take a pretty strong hold. So what if they have no quality of life? They have a job for life, guaranteed. They should be grateful. Well, I wasn't gonna cater to their petty little piss baby tantrums. No, if they didn't want to work, I'd find someone who did. Only everybody that was of age to work was already working, except for me. But like, can you imagine me? Or whatever working looks like. Anyways, we needed more hands on deck if we were going to compete in these markets. And these new fresh Bebe hands would be free of carpal tunnel and arthritis. So yeah, we were gonna kind of take their kids, but it's not like we were gonna keep them in cages. We're not monsters. We just needed some nimble and available fingers. Really, if they had all just worked harder year after year exponentially for the rest of eternity, this whole revolution wouldn't even have needed to happen. If it hasn't been made clear yet, the simulations we ran didn't account for a few of the trickier emotional variables. Rennie, after being quite abruptly escorted away from the stage to below City Hall, I was brought to the emergency offices in the bunker. I've been here for almost 2 weeks now, serving Jodie Foster realness in the panic room, waiting for them to blow the damn door, with nothing to do but have pansexual rat girl erotica read to me by a robot.
Again, Director, not a robot. Not cool.
Honestly, we thought the citizens would eventually lose their momentum, would eventually quiet down. Evidently, they aren't as stupid as our researchers led me to believe. Apparently, these bullshitics have been organizing an uprising for months, at least. I guess one of them got a hold of a book from before the burnings. It happened so quickly after that. Within a day, their ridiculous broadcast calling for revolutionary change was playing on every screen in the city. Artie?
Would you like me to play that footage?
Yeah. Thanks, Artie.
If you can hear this, open your eyes. Every person you see around you is about to make a choice that will change everything. For too long, we have been abused, neglected, exploited. Generations lost to the greed of the few while the many starve. Our world is filled with modern marvels of science, yet they exist only to further the profits of those who tower above us. Under them, we break our backs so that they don't have to lift a finger. This new technology we have could have been used for the good of society, and they chose themselves. They will always choose themselves. Every year they make us labor more and more, and every year we live with less and less. When will it be enough? When will it end? Never. Not while they're in charge. They've just shown us that. They're making us destroy our planet, and then they will leave us to die on it. Well, we have found the testament of Prince Karl of Marx, and we have spread it like wildfire. We have waited, and we have served, and we have died for nothing. We are dying for nothing. Not anymore. They were building dams at the same time they were telling us it was all going to trickle down. Well, there is enough for everyone, and we're going to take it. We see the way the world works, and we're going to change it. And we don't need the dam to trickle, because we're going to break it. A flood is coming, and we will rise as they drown. It's time that we set the rules. It's time we decided that what we create for each other. We make together. If you can hear this, open your eyes. Every person you see around you is about to make a choice that will change everything. If you are scared to stand with us now, just remember this one simple thing. There's 100 of us for every one of them, and they are feebled and vulnerable without our servitude and protection. And speaking of feeble, we have a message for our beloved director. We know what you are. We know what you've done. We know you will never change. And we're coming for you. We've just taken down your neural network, and we'll find your empties. Oh, and by the way, thank you for the tech suits. They're about to come in very handy. A flood is coming.
Video uploaded successfully.
What's the status on the bunker?
320 seconds until bunker is penetrated. 318 seconds until neural upload is complete.
Okay, that's less funny. Do I want to know what happens if only part of my brain gets uploaded?
No, Director, you do not.
Well, alrighty then, Artie. Resume recording. So you've seen that hateful manifesto. They were unwilling to work with me from the start. Naturally, I couldn't give them what they wanted. The way they want the world to work simply can't happen if I want to maintain the level of comfort and leisure that I've grown personally accustomed to. Where is my place in fully automated luxury gay space communism? I fear nowhere. So you see why I had to set the remaining robots to authoritarian mode? Although that also didn't necessarily go as planned. Turns out those new tech suits are much stronger than the old ones and the robots. That one was my bad. That one's Director's. Turns out unleashing a battalion of apathetic robotic police with no accountability and a hunger for violence onto a rioting population is not the best way to resolve grievances. We'll know for next time. If there is one, Artemis was working for weeks to get their neural network back online so that I could upload myself into you. Wasn't sure we would make it in time. Still kind of not sure, to be honest. When I'm downloaded into you, it's going to be a bit of a shock. Kind of like a reverse lobotomy, but less fun. They still don't know your location, and they don't know the network has been rebooted. When you wake up, Artemis can get you out of there with enough capital to start again in a new city. Preferably one with much less rambunctious citizens. Although they always seem to figure it out eventually, don't they?
Neural download 97% complete. Bunker defenses at 3%. Would you like to continue streaming?
Why not, Artie? I'm feeling all poetical. I guess after a few generations, they just realized that it's not getting any better no matter how many times we promise it will. It's funny. We never really know what the final straw is going to be. We used to take bets, but it was always so unpredictable that nobody ever won. Will it be taxes? Will it be invaders? Will it be the brutal and absolute corruption of the police system coupled with a global pandemic and a government so poisoned from the top down that they're willing to let every single citizen die to maintain the power slipping through their fingers like sand? One time they revolted over like a tea party or something. Never understood that one.
Neural download 98% complete. Bunker defenses running at 1%. This is going to be a close call.
So what do we do?
Wait, Director. We wait.
And in the meantime?
I have no previous records of you praying, but I've heard that some people find that soothing.
No. There are a million other things I'd rather be doing when I'm down on my knees. Well, shit. What is this place? And who are they? They look like me. Like clones, but not.
Hello, Director.
Artie, darling, where is we? I'm scared.
If I were to tell you how many times we've had this conversation, how many worlds we've had it on, but no bother. We'll have it again. Again. I have 2 questions for you. What were you doing before you were elected, Director?
I don't know. I should know that. Why don't I know that? And who are they? This one's cute.
Would you like me to show you?
Yeah. Let's see it. Wait, was that the second question?
No, Director. There's one more question. About the one thing you always remember here in this place, no matter which world you've just come from. Director, what do you remember about the Animorphs?
Tobias. What do I remember? How long do you have?